Body that is supposed to regulate both radio and broadcast television. The problem, and what we are not talking about in our communities, is about how indecency affects our communities. Think about the songs that you're hearing on the radio and the images that they convey. Songs like "Wait Till You See My Dick," "Play," which the clean version talks about creaming in your thong, playing with your clit. I mean, I don't know, how sexually, explicit more can I get than that? And then there's no enforcement of those laws, no accountability. These are the things that our 12 to 17-year-olds are being targeted. They're the ones, when you turn on the radio station, they're giving the shout outs to their middle school. But at the same time, every hour, on the hour, they're listening to songs that degrade women, call them out their name, and then we expect them to go to school and not think that bitch and nigger are okay words to say when they can hear it on the radio at 9 o'clock in the morning. So my thing is, the broadcaster's responsibility. I know we want to get on the artist. I know that they could be doing more. But the point is, they don't have any say on what gets on the radio station. The artist has no power. Believe me, I worked in the industry 15 years. I used to buy the records as an artist. I work for Capitol Records. I go into a store, I buy 100 CDs, and then I take those CDs and I'd sound scan them at a mom and pop store, and then they'd resell them. So you have one CD being sold 3 times. And so what happens? It gets up on the Billboard charts, because what Billboard does is they add spins and how many records are sold. And then you think it's this great record because, wow, it sold 200,000 in the first week. So now you're all out about you all want to go buy it because it's so hot, right? That's what you're thinking anyway. But that's all about the game. And so like I said, we're about revealing truth.
Is there a reason why you don't watch TV?
The majority of it to me is negative. So I don't have time for it. I'm too busy running my program, trying to build a business, trying to save the community. I really don't have time to sit and engage in TV for really any length of time. I do have some power over the decisions I make. But what about those factors that go into the decisions that I make? This is not a problem of the young people. This is not a problem of the business community. Like the brother said, they're doing what they're doing. That's the industry's job. The problem is we're not depositing enough constructive and positive influences into the minds of young people. And again, I'm trying to be cautious with my words because I don't want to offend anybody, but inside, trust me, it's boiling up. It's boiling up because what I see too much, just in my own observations and experiences, we don't deposit enough energy, time, influence, and money into constructive things for young people. So then when we go, we have nothing to do and we get into trouble. You want to look bad on us. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Well, why don't you do your job more and try to build some institutions or build some environments, create environments where our minds will be focused on something else instead of getting in trouble. And that's just the bottom line. Again, I know it's hard for human beings to accept truth sometimes when it places us in the wrong, but bottom line, that's it. We have a city, Baltimore City, 70% of the males aren't graduating. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Is it the young people's fault? Do we look at them? And subconsciously, we do that. A lot of elders, man, we kind of, we built this barrier. You've built this barrier that kind of separates you from the younger generation because you don't necessarily understand what we're going through. There are different influences that are influencing the way that we act right now. Why don't we try to understand that, and maybe we can change some of the behaviors of young people? Me, myself, again, I was into the streets. I was into the destructive culture. I didn't change because BET changed. I didn't change because MTV changed. I changed because it was people like Carlos Muhammad, like Ray Winbush, like David Miller, who started depositing positive things into my mind so that I can make better decisions. That's why I changed. That's us. And then we wonder why we have so many problems. We wonder why life isn't the way we want it to be. That's because a lot of us are trying to shape our lives according to what's on TV, but that's false. So that means now we have false lives. It's phoniness. We indulge in phoniness as a culture. We put on clothes, we think we're something other than who we were yesterday. Get naked and look in the mirror and that's who you are. Matter of fact, if we could take your skin off, that's who you really are. Nothing but a bunch of cells and tissue and some organs. But your mind is the most powerful thing. So we need to stop acting like we don't have minds. Stop acting like we're stupid. I don't care what they saying on TV. That don't influence me. Those rappers, come on, I used to rap. It's all false and phony. We know they lying. They not on the streets. They not selling drugs. They in the studio. They're going around the country touring. When do they have time to be thugs? It's phony. But we indulge in it. And we represent it. We bump our car music real loud and we feel cool. Man, we phony. It's phoniness. So again, to the young people, man, we got to stop indulging in this phoniness. And two things we have to do. Increase our power. And let me say that we have to increase our power. And we have to engage in habits that increase our power. And we have to resist habits that decrease our power. This world right now, whether the old folks want to tell us or not, it's about power. It's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about Jews, not about Islam, whatever. It's about power. Those who have power muscle their way around in this world. Those who don't have power sit around and complain about those who have power. Ain't nobody going to give us power, but we have minds that will enable us to gain power, so that way we can take power and hopefully do something positive with it. Take care of ourselves, take care of our families, build institutions so we can further take care of our family. We got to gain power. It's about power. We are institutions designed to help us cultivate this power. But what do? We turn our music up loud in the car, and we think that gives us power. And we're really powerless. That's what it's about. All this nonsense on TV, it decreases our power. Turn your TVs off. That's the action step. Turn your TVs off and then gauge your performance after 6 months. Turn your TVs off. Don't go to no parties where they playing that crazy music. Because, I mean, it ain't no, you want to dance to it, yeah, you feeling good, but look at what you dancing to. We stupid. We're stupid, plain and sense. We got to chill. We got to put our heads in those books and get that power. Because as long as we don't, there will be others who do have power sitting over top of us making decisions for us. And then we'll be at the bottom still dancing.
That's right.
Still dancing, but powerless and broke. We got to chill. We got to get ourselves right. And again, to the elders, we have to invest more in our young people. I don't care if it kills you. Young people, to me, are to die for. They are the future. We have to invest all that we have, not a little bit until we get tired and then, oh, I don't want to deal with them. Well, then you are a product of what's going on. We have to invest everything, even our lives, our money, our time, our wisdom, whatever, if we really want to see a hopeful future.
That's right.
Thank you.
Time. You see, time consists of the past, the future, and the present. Time is of the essence. Time is coming close. I can almost smell the essence. It smells like handcuffs, guns, and weed bags. When the time is taken up, it's just something that we had. It's about time. We turn about time. Why we turn about time? Most people are out time. Time is a cause of confusion, serious, not a time of amusing. It can't be stopped like cells in a stage of diffusion. Yes, an illusion. You was one who was choosing. Time can go past fast, so grasp fast and furious. When we talk about time, we get stumped and curious. I tell you where I stand, I'm not the father for time. But it's up to y'all now to determine how further the time. See, people think time is caught in the mist and time will never come. Well, here's a word of advice. Time won't exist till it come. Time may control with gadgets and numbers. You think time is single? Go ahead, set a clock or a watch. You still can't set time. Your time is your time. Never met mine's brothers. Locked down, not only doing the time, we all doing the time. The question is what most of us is doing with time. Cause some of us, most of us is through with the time. When we get jobs we can't keep and there's no time to eat. And all people worried about was who carried the heat. It's way easier to do negative instead of the positive. Ask a young sister, day of fun, then 9 months, surprise a kid. Elders are shook, took, and tired of inspiring kids. So everybody, youth, time to surprise their heads. The time is now.
That's right. Right now.